What's going on, everybody? This is a segment from the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. If you like podcasts, well, why don't you come join us as the crew gets silly and Philly while we sit to talk about the latest in comics, games, movies, and all things pop culture. You guys can listen to our whole show on all the podcasts apps. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts from. And make sure you guys also support the channel by subscribing to the Nerd Coalition Studios. And for the gaming needs, make sure you subscribe to Nerd Coalition Level Up. This is the Nerd Coalition. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. Me and you, the only one that got a worse list. Shway, you don't have a worse list, correct?
I do not.
You have a meh list.
Yes.
Okay, because see, I have a worse list, and I have a lot to say about my worst list because it seemed like 2022 was just like, Brian, we're going to take, see, I had to use my real name. We're going to take everything you like
and shit on it.
and we're going to be like, you thought they was going to do good now, right?
Oh
They-
my God, because
they took-
I'm waiting. I'm sorry. I lean back. I'm waiting for this list.
Halloween. I'm waiting for that.
Everything I like and everything I love in actors, they just said, we got something for you. And I was just like, 2022. And that's my list. So I figure if you got a meh, I'll let you go with your meh first, and we'll start with the worst. Then we can all finish out with the best.
Let's work up our meh. Okay. So I have the Bobby Brown documentary.
They didn't even make my dang.
We discussed it because this is the meh or
Yeah.
dishonorable mentions is really the stuff that disappointed me in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, Bobby Brown just put me all the way. It was bad, but go ahead.
I don't know if it was bad, but it just felt like I'm never going to say somebody telling their story is a waste. It
Fair.
felt hollow.
It was like,
It felt hollow, and I was like, all right, cool. I mean, tell your story on your time how you want to, so go off, bro. But it was a no for me, dog. Hump for Jesus, Save Your Soul. This
Oh,
pissed
was
me
that a bad movie?
off. It wasn't bad. That's the thing. I liked the way, because I watched the original short film that it came from, and I was like, all right, cool. I could kind of see how y'all would spin this off into like a slightly longer version of a film. It was just the end. Like them telling it was pretty much, if you remember the scandal of Eddie Long and his church in Atlanta, all that mess that happened, it was basically kind of like a retelling of that, but from an inside out kind of look. So the whole movie was cool up until like the last 20-25 minutes.
Dag.
And I was like, I don't even want to say 20-25. I give you 15-20. The last 15-20 minutes, I was just like, what is going on? Are we going to get a resolve to this? No, thanks. Like, that's what it felt like. It disappointed me in that way because it was going all right, and then it just like the end was so abrupt. And I guess it was done like that on purpose. But yeah. Calling Miss Cleo, we already discussed it. It was also kind of a that one wasn't hollow.
Just sucked.
It was just like, imagine if you have somebody who is a controversial type figure, but the people who like the few people who really like this person make a documentary. That was Calling Miss Cleo. And then Black Adam.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, that was a meh movie. That's the most meh movie there is.
It was made.
It was mid at best. It was made. That's very much giving me, oh, you cooked this vibes.
Yeah.
It's just, Black Adam was disappointing because I feel like this is one of the glaring examples of, you really think a lot of yourself, don't you, Dwayne? That was really the whole, my feeling that whole movie, where it was like, I didn't hate it when we immediately walked out the theater, but I feel like everything surrounding it after that was just like, it felt like Black Death. Like it was just
when Sabak showed up and he broke their throat, I checked out. Because this is personal to me.
Yes, this is
personal.
You love Shazam and all the character. Listen, I get it.
I'm praying for the second one to at least come out. You know, I get the DVD.
It just felt like such. It was more of a letdown after the DCEU imploded around itself on this movie. It was just like when I was telling you, is it black enough? And you was like, well, what ended the blaxploitation era? The Wiz. This movie is The Wiz.
Damn.
It killed it.
Yeah, it killed it.
I left that theater. I was like, there's no way this was being made for 15 years.
And that's the wild part. Like, usually when you see stuff that took super long to make, you'll be like, oh, this is, y'all put some heart and soul into this.
Yeah, we got Endgame within a year. There's no way y'all did this for 15.
It probably because they was fighting about how they were going to make the movie. Because I'm quite sure he was like, look, no, we doing it like this. And they was like, I don't know if we should do it like that. I think we should. Had to be.
It's like, how can you tell him no? That's the main problem.
That is the other problem. If y'all had made it 15 years ago, maybe.
Well, they didn't make it 15 years ago. It was in the talking and.
I know, but maybe if y'all had actually started production that long ago, you might have had a little more control over it. But now, he's morphed into like Super Rock. I don't know, Boulder or some shit, and just was like,
one step under Hobbs.
I got the clout.
Literally.
He got the clout. He got the production company. He could do whatever he wants with this. I don't know. And it just pissed me off that your boy Henry Cavill back and then was just like, deuces.
That's not funny, but it's like salty.
That's real salty.
You was in the first and last DCEU project.
And then, I'm sorry, but this is the best of. I'm not going to go on a tangent about the stuff that we probably would talk about on a regular episode.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
And if so, it is like, you gotta be shitting me. It's just like, there ain't no way.
I hate it.
So yeah, I agree with you on all that stuff. I can't argue.
But go ahead. You go ahead with your bad list.
First of all,
I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman right now.
Okay, so dishonorable mentions. These are the movies that they necessarily weren't bad, but they disappointed me. Okay, because me and Swag may argue about one. Lightyear disappointed me, and I'm a huge Toy Story guy. Even though it's not about the Toy Story, and then they brought Chris Evans in himself, and I was just like, okay, and let's see what this can bring. And I was just like, I think I like asshole Buzz a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want empathetic, nice Buzz?
If that's what you want to call him, he wasn't really that in this movie neither. He was, I'm just saying. But I was just like, I'd rather have, I was like, shit. I rather remember the animated series, the Buzz Lightyear from Star Command show.
Yeah.
Just make that to the movie. Kind of let me down. And another dishonorable mention, like, it wasn't a bad movie, but I think it's slightly overrated. And that's Bullet Train.
Oh shit! Man.
I'm sorry. I watched Bullet Train, and I was just like, I said, okay, I get it, but I've seen too many smart movies this year for me to even sit there and say, like, this is the shit. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, okay, does it come with the comedy? Sure. Does it, I think they revealed too much in the trailer. I was just like, I
hate that about movies now.
But it was just like, who the fuck is not in this movie?
Why are you mad at it?
And I was just sitting there it was like, okay, when you have certain ensemble casts, it's like, okay, take that ensemble cast and build up on it. Bullet Train was just like, okay, we have Brad Pitt, we're gonna make Aaron Taylor Johnson interesting, and we got David Tyree Henry. Those are the ones they're focusing on. And then they said, oh wait, here goes Zazie Beetz. Oh wait, here goes Bad Bunny. Oh wait, here goes Ryan Reynolds. Oh wait, here goes Sandra Bullock. Oh wait, I'm sorry, am I spoiling? Who cares? I was and then it's like, okay, introduction, they're here. Oh wait, they're not. And I'm just like, Did I like the whole lemon tangerine Pulp Fiction vibe thing going on? Sure. I did. You know what I'm saying? But and then at the end, here comes Scorpion. And I was like, well, he typecast. He plays damn near the same character that he's the Japanese assassin. So I'm just like, okay, sure. And then, who the hell called Michael Shannon? And I was just like, Swag can't be serious. That's the what was his name, Swag? The White Dragon?
I'm sorry, my mouth is just...
My
jaws on the floor as soon as you said Bullet Train. I'm like, there's no way.
I said, look, I said it's not.
He gave you fair warning that y'all was gonna fight.
Yeah, he did. I just wasn't ready.
I was just like, this ain't hitting it on the cylinders for me at all. And I was just like, little homegirl, Swag know what I'm talking about. Pissed. I was like, yo, please slap this. You know what I'm saying? But I can't talk about women's violence right now because she irked me. And I was just like, she need to get hers. That's how I was saying it. She need to get hers. Okay.
Upset about it.
And I was just like, I was like, you know what?
She got it.
Yeah. But I was just like, it's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's just there. And I was like, when me and my wife watch Bullet Train, sure. Will she enjoy it? Probably. Will we laugh? Absolutely. That's why I came on my bad list. That's why I said this dishonorable. It's just like it disappointed me from what I was expecting, especially from the movies I watched, which we'll get into the best. And meanwhile, I bring it more down to you understand. But now, let's just get with the bullshit, okay?
You're gonna need Jesus to convince me why Bullet Train is there, but we can keep going.
Yes. Let's go. Okay, so Black Adam. That's number 10.
This is your
worst. I put Black Adam on there because
I was about to say.
I was so confused as well.
No, Bullet Train don't make the list. That's what I'm saying.
I know.
I got you.
I was just like,
oh no, because I'll slap myself. I should stab a wrench in my own eye if I did some shit like that.
I was like, nah, this is biased.
You know,
there's no way.
It is. No. For the worst, I start with Black Adam because Dwayne Johnson said, Black Adam belongs to Shazam. Well, The Rock says, and then he made his own shit. He made
completely different character.
It's like Dwayne sat down with his Terramana and watched Shazam and watched Black Panther and said, "My." And I'm just like, did you not read a single comic? Because he turned Black Adam into the Shazam movie. Everything from Shazam is in Black Adam, and I'm like, you're not the same people. You're not the same powers, but you're not the same. And The Rock's like, well, you know what? Hey, I can do my black side too. Let me do Black Panther. I was just like, please get Eldridge Hobbs out that damn Black Panther robe that he was wearing on the spaceship. I was just like, because that's the feel it was given for me. And I said, you know what? I tried. But you know what? It has to go for number 10. And then once again, 2022 didn't stop for hurting me. Number 9, the 355. Lupita, baby. What are you doing to me, baby?
That was this year?
That was early this year because it was delayed.
I swear that movie was like in delay for 10 years.
I was just like, yo, why is this show keep getting pushed back? It finally came out this year, and I was just like, oh, maybe this is why. And I was just like, how do y'all have this ensemble cast of women and about a women empowerment, a women's kicking ass movie, and I can name 3 other movies with women that did it so much better, such as Ocean's 8, such as Gunpowder Milkshake, such as Widows. And I was just like, I was really looking forward to the 355, and I was just like, well, this is not Lupita let me down, and she really does that. But this year when it came to that, she let me down. Number 8. Where is my... Okay. Number 8. Me Time. This is kind of wish I had my wife in here for this one because Me Time had Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg pissed me off this whole year.
I could have warned you about that.
Mark Wahlberg pissed me off this whole year. And Me Time is a movie with him and Kevin Hart doing like a buddy comedy thing on Netflix. They was trying to be like Vacation Friends. Vacation Friends had Lil Rel and John Cena, which I was just like, what kind of duo is this? And it turned out to be like legit funny. It wasn't forced or anything. I did not laugh at all with Me Time.
Damn.
Didn't laugh at all. And I said, you know what?
I'm not surprised, honestly.
I'm not either.
I mean, because I was just out there. I heard you. I was shaking the baby. When I saw the advertisement for this, I was just like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, no, thank you. Because it didn't seem appealing at all. It is the same thing that Kevin Hart is always doing. It's a buddy movie.
Yeah.
Somebody's doing some stupid antics. I'm just like, bro, I don't know if I want to see you and Mark Wahlberg together.
Oh, no, that ain't the worst Mark Wahlberg pairing. Going next, number 7, Halloween Ends.
Oh, isn't that a shame? Because I didn't. I almost put that on my meh list, and I was just like, I don't even care that much.
2018, where are you? That was a good year. And when that, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, Michael Myers burned out the first time, and that was it. And I was like, okay, now they want to flesh out the story. I was excited for it. Then they did kills, and they did, and I was just like,
we didn't need them. We didn't need them last 2 movies.
We did, and everything that they tried to squeeze in, as I said, the only thing that was good was somewhat of the last fight, but it's too late.
Absolutely,
it's way too late. And I said, why can't the things I like just give me a chance? So I went to ends goes on here. Number 6, Uncharted. that
was this year.
I remember Swag telling me it wasn't that bad. He lied to me.
It really was not that bad.
Oh my God, yes it is.
It was not that.
These guys, whoever made this movie,
I knew y'all was finna fight.
Whoever made this movie sat there and said, they must have just sat there and played through Uncharted 1 to Uncharted Lost Legacy, and they said, let's give it the greatest hits. And first of all, Tom Holland is so lucky that, you know, that he got it there. I'll tell you something right now. When it comes to their acting, nothing is rubbing off, because Tom Holland is the same person in all his movies. He has fallen into, he's Spider-Man.
He's Dwayne Johnson?
Yes. It's like what Zendaya does in Euphoria, and what she does in Malcolm and Marie, and what she does in Dune is not KC.
Keep it undercover. Okay.
When this movie came on, I was just like, this is no, and I know Swag knows this is not Nathan Drake and Sully at all. You don't even have to play a full game to know that this is not Nathan Drake and Sully at all.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And I was like, shit, I would have had Jeremy Renner do Nathan Drake, because he at least look like him in the 4th chapter.
Okay.
That's back. It was made last year.
I was like, wait.
And I'm sitting there saying to myself, I'm like, whoa. And then first of all, it was just like, hey, y'all like Uncharted 3? That's how it opens. Wait, y'all like Uncharted 2, right? Oh, yeah, let's bring it close. Oh, y'all like Uncharted 1? Well, guess what? Remember Uncharted 4, you know, in the beginning, you know, at the place with the nuns and his brother? Let's just throw that in there too. I'm like, what is all this shit?
I'm sorry.
What is all this shit? And then they put the black girl in there named Jo. I'm like, why couldn't she just been Natalie? Like, why couldn't she, like, Swag, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't have an answer.
Why couldn't she just been, I'm just like, y'all put Chloe in there, but why couldn't she just been Natalie? Why did she have to be this other character? I'm just like, y'all know what y'all was aiming for. Antonio Banderas came in there, I was just like, well, that was a waste of a character. Because I was just like, I was like, you could have called this anything else for Uncharted. I could have called it, I don't know, Heist. You could have called it, you know what I'm saying, to travel around the world. Y'all could have called it, you know,
Black Adam.
Something else. It was made. And I was like, oh my God, this whole video game thing. And I was like, this is not, I don't see nothing about Nathan Drake and Tom Holland at all. It ain't even about the action, because if y'all play Uncharted, y'all know how ridiculous shit Nathan Drake can do. I'm talking about when it comes to just, I felt nothing at all. I didn't feel anything about his brother leaving, and I'm just like, I didn't feel anything about between him and Sully at all. And I was like, and then he's like, I don't got my glasses, kid. I'm like, you're Mark Wahlberg. And even if they try to do the young Drake and Sully, I'm just like, even if they thought they was going to have secrets, which they probably won't. They're not going to grow old to look like them at all. I'm over Uncharted. Number 5.
We got all of that, and that was 6?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
5 through 1 gonna be crazy.
Ambulance.
That wasn't that bad.
Yo, no.
That movie wasn't that bad.
Listen.
Michael Bay.
I just knew when I was listening to this midterm podcast, I said there are going to be so many disappointments in this list.
That movie wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question, Swag. Where were the stakes?
What were the stakes? They were about to get caught by the cops. The whole movie was stakes.
There was no stakes in that movie whatsoever. Michael Bay said, "Just give me a drone." He took Jake Gyllenhaal, one of great actor, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen, another great actor, and put him in there as kind of the little things. And I was like, this thing has been done to death. And I was like, maybe there'll be some stakes. Maybe there'll be a death. Maybe there'll be a different kind of way that they can get the money. And I'm just like, so they kind of got away with it. He's just dead. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Who died and what happened?
Well, say I tell you all that if you wanted to watch it.
Wait, what do you mean? They didn't get away with it.
We talking about she got the money at the end.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I'm saying.
That's right.
I was just like, all this for what? I mean, I don't think the paramedic pressed no charges. And I was sitting there, I was like, it had an interesting concept. When I saw the trailer, I was like, this is something I probably will check out. It's just a regular action, made movie in Michael Bay, and I was like, I should have listened to my gut. But I watched it and I was just like, this is not doing it for me. It like I said, it felt like the little things. You took these great actors and you put them in there and just said, do what you're good at on my time, on my director's skills. Oh, I'm like, Michael Bay movie, and that's what I was saying. I was talking about it with Pom. I was like, what are the stakes?
They were going to get caught by the cops.
How many, bro? It's like this.
The whole movie was a cop
They was
chase.
going to get caught by the cops in the town, but there were stakes in the town.
Yes, the stakes was them getting caught because Jake Gyllenhaal shot a cop. And once you shoot a cop, you're a target number 1. You racked up all the GTA
the shit
stars.
he did in the beginning was going to warrant what happened anyway. When I'm talking about something like stakes, like it's like when you remember the town, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Great movie by Ben Affleck, by the way. Y'all got to check that thing out. And it was just like when they had to go do their last hit, it was like, spoiler, he almost lost his whole team. The consequences for doing that and going to this girl getting played and everything. That was the stakes I'm talking about. I was like, it's a hijacking, a chase, and it's like, okay, for this happening, even like with John Q, with this happening, there has to be some kind of unhappy result.
Oh yeah, so John Q was like, yeah, he gonna get caught because he did this, but his son finna die.
And I was just like, there's a better way to write this. So
his wife was dying.
I'm saying when I'm talking about when it comes to the stakes of Edwards, I was like, to me, I felt as though like this was not enough happened for me to feel like, man, this was
give a shit.
They really give a shit.
Okay, I'll take that. I was like saying those things. I was like, that whole thing was stress.
Now you know there's more stressful things, but
yeah, but for that situation, I was like, bro, how to get out of this?
Number 4, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh shit! I left it off my mad list.
I still have yet to see that.
The first 10 minutes was great, and
I stopped.
And it didn't capitalize on it. Taika Waititi said, "Let me do Thor me. Let me do Thor my way." And I'm sorry that I like seeing Husky Jane Foster back.
Not Husky Jane.
They had nothing for King Valkyrie to do. the whole love triangle between Thor, Stormbreaker, and Mjolnir was getting on my nerves. And I was like, Thor's an idiot. In Thor: Love and Thunder, we got Thor from episode 7 of What If, and I hated that Thor.
Can we just talk about this? I have said it before, and I'll say it again. I hate how what they've done with Thor's character. Thor went from kind of, fish out of water story. I don't understand what's going on because I'm not from Earth, to Junior from My Wife and Kids.
Yeah, he really did.
It pisses me off.
Yeah,
I hate it.
I literally can't watch My Wife and Kids because of Junior.
Yeah, it's because them Waynes think that stupidity is funny. I'm like,
they really do. They love that shit.
I'm like, it must be to y'all because it ain't to me. I'm sorry, that's not my cup of tea. Number 3. Talk about a botch. Jurassic World Dominion.
Where are the dinosaurs?
Like,
have you seen?
Yeah, I was just like, it would be a Jurassic Park series to have always the third movie suck so bad. Jurassic Park 3 was terrible, and Jurassic World, I was like, how do y'all do let's culminate the whole Jurassic Park or Jurassic series, and y'all split the characters in half throughout the whole movie?
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
And this thing came out on Peacock. I said, I'll give it a little try. And I was like, no. I say, I'm never watching that again. Number 2. I was trying to debate which one was going to be number 1, number 2. But my number 2 is going to Morbius.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's Morbid time.
I watched... I watched Morbius, and the first, as I'm sitting there watching, I'm just sitting there like, I should just listen this way. I was saying it over and over again in my head because he was warning me about these Sony villain movies, and I was just like, I'm gonna hashtag get his joint a chance, and I was just like,
there's your first mistake.
And I said, do you know what I hate? Is when there are bad movies.
What jams your Glock?
What jams? Yeah. What jams the Glock?
I never heard that one.
I ain't either. But we've been saying it all week because I was just like, who the fuck says that?
You go and talk about Morbius real quick. I'm gonna grab a bottle of water. I don't want to miss your number 1, so I'll be right back.
I don't either.
When it came to Morbius, I was like, you know what I really hate? I really hate when they got this. I understand film is subjective, yada yada yada. But when you got these bad movies and you got these actors in there, they be trying. They be in there like sweat acting, like I want to make this. It's all going to be on my shoulders. And it's going to fall on me, and I'm going to keep it above water. They sink. Jared Leto has been doing that for the past 2 years for me.
Jared Leto.
When it comes to the little things, and when it comes to this, I was just like, he'd be like, I'm going to take this role, I'm a method act, and I'm going to make this.
So the past 2 years, the Joker, what bothersome? Listen, name me a Jared Leto role that you have enjoyed in the past 5 years.
You're right, because I didn't see that Gucci movie, and he was in that one.
I heard that he was alright in that, but the movie overall was just whatever.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm just okay. I'll ask you too. Almost said your real name, Swag. Name me a Jared Leto movie you've liked in the past 5 years.
I actually didn't mind Suicide Squad.
You liked him as the Joker?
I didn't like him as the Joker.
No.
Are you talking about what role have we liked?
I'm talking about for him. I'm not talking about the movie as a whole.
Gangsta Joker.
I don't know. Nah, it's nothing to come to mind.
So
it's a legitimate question. I want to know the answer for someone.
My number 1 worst movie of the year is I can't. I'm like, well, why, Lord, why? It's Pinocchio.
Damn.
You were so excited during the midterm podcast. I was like, oh.
I cannot.
Cruise let you. Tom Hanks.
I
let you
can't
down.
believe Tom Hanks is ever in my worst movie of anything.
That shit is hilarious. I'm sorry. I know it hurt your feelings. But
Oh my God. I say I watched this. When I watched Pinocchio, I watched this shit when it first came out. And when I watched this, I was just like, there is nothing I don't think it's going to be worse than this. Because that was that bad. Am I glad they got Pinocchio looking like there was animation? I was like, but hold on. Ain't Pinocchio in like the early 1900s?
Yeah.
Or in 18, I'm like, first of all, I'm like, all these pop culture references don't make sense in this timeline. Number two, Tom Hanks is acting by himself because nothing is there. It's obviously, I mean, there's things like when you try to go with the green screen and you check this animation. I could tell. I was like, there's nothing there. Tom Hanks was just like, he just decided to take like, oh, the world will love me as Geppetto, especially my number one fan and Mr. A&E. And guess what I'm going to give him? Like a Vin Diesel performance. I'm just going to phone it. And you know what? And I was like, I wanted to love it. I didn't even want to put. I wanted to put Morbius in number one. I said, can I really do that? I can't.
No, the hate you had for Pinocchio was strong.
You know what? It's almost on that level of Artemis Fowl for me.
Ooh.
When I was just yeah, to the point where it's just like, I would not watch that again, because first of all, the image of Tom Hanks, I don't want that in my mind ever again. Like when I watched that movie, I took a break from Tom Hanks the rest of the year.
No, you didn't.
No, that was at the end. First of all, that was after New Year's when I watched that movie. I watched that one before that, but I'll talk about that later. But he broke my heart. He broke my heart. I said, this shit felt like a breakup.
This shouldn't be funny, but
this shit felt like a breakup. Like a legit, like, you know, like he ain't picking up the call no more. And I watched that, I did disappointed. I don't even want to watch that with my kids.
Oh my God. Woo! I'm sorry. I just knew this was coming, and the wild part is, like, I knew from talking to you that was gonna be in your worst list. But it just made it even worse because I listened to that podcast today and you were like, I'm looking forward to Ambulance and Pinocchio.
Yeah, I had that arm swinging too.
And the Whitney Houston movie and all that stuff. And I was like, damn. Swing and a miss.
Boy, man. I saw that joint so hard. That bet.
0 for 3.
Man, that bet still got my hands. I swear, I don't know. I hit the Empire and everything, man. I quit the sport.
That is so, like, it's so horrible. I feel bad for laughing because I know it was heartbreaking for you. But man,
I think
I didn't hear a single good thing about Pinocchio.
When I seen, it's the when they're in the ocean or in the sea, and Pinocchio's trying to get away from that big whale, whatever monster they got in that movie. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, oh my God, I could remember on Smart Guy when he was going to that creep and they were trying to do it on a surfboard.
They would do a surfboard.
And I was just like, that's the kind of technology ahead. I was just like, so Tom Hanks is just spinning around this piece of cardboard right now because he's not really in the water at all. Especially then when he hits the beach, I was like, this is fake. And then they walk off and he don't even become real. You had the source material right there. Pinocchio came out after Snow White.
Listen, I'm telling you, 2022 was the year of fuck the source material.
You're absolutely right.
Fuck the source material, bro.
All the people that Dwayne Johnson, Lupita, Tom Hanks, you all, Jake Gyllenhaal, all of
y'all let him down.
Y'all let me down this year, and it hurt.
That's horrible.
That's my worst list of 2022.